Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday night OWCP chats with Chris and
I'm Chris.
Sick Chris and Gini. Anyways, tonight what we're going to be doing is questions and answers. You ask. He's going to answer most of it.
Let's play Stump Chris. There's a first time for everything.
Hey, Tammy,
JJ, Nina.
Hey, Nina. We'll just give it a few seconds, a couple minutes here. Let's get some pokies on.
So we're in Montgomery, Alabama, helping the first 3 patients at that office. 4 patients at that office. And what a beautiful office. Hopefully you saw the live video that she did showing the office. And you actually had a cameo by the doctor, Dr. McIntyre, who's a medical doctor. For all of you HR people in Alabama that think you can't go to the office because it's chiropractic, this one's a medical office, and that was an MD. Dr. McIntyre is really sharp. So we're really happy to be there, but we're back in Florida today. And I am suffering from climate change syndrome. And I was in 30-something degree temperature in Atlanta, actually. It was really cold this morning.
Oh, Nina, this is my Valentine's Day hat for tomorrow.
I told her it looks like Christmas, but she wore it anyways.
It's Valentine's. I have a cute little picture we're doing tomorrow, so I have to wear this hat today and my other shirt, my Valentine's Day shirt tomorrow. Oh, we love you too, Tammy, and your son. So yes, we do.
So anyways, we're back here, and we're going to throw some education on you tonight. And I've got a hauls ready to go. So let's get this show on the road.
All right, guys. Go ahead with your OWCP questions and ask away.
Now, if you ask questions, if anyone asks questions that are not related to OWCP, I will still take a really great shot at it, but it doesn't count as stumping me if it's not OWCP related. I got a clean 1,000 batting average right now in OWCP, so we're not breaking it. We're not breaking my 1,000 average with a non-OWCP question. So what's going on out there? I'll start it. When we were in Montgomery, one of the guys that we helped out had an issue with a CA-17 and said that the supervisor didn't want to give it to him and didn't want to fill out Side A. So just real quick, let's go over this again. I did this. Hey, Lynn, I'll get to you in just a second. Hang on. So I did this last week. I'm going to do it again. So let's start alphabetically. Which comes first, A or B?
Oh, A.
You be the audience answerer.
A.
So side A of the CA-17 says supervisor. Side B says physician. So since A comes first, who do you think has to fill it out first? Supervisors. Correct. You do. Supervisors. So with the CA-17 supervisors, you must fill it out. Then the doctor takes what you filled out and they fill it out and give it back to you. So if you follow the rules and just fill out your side, you can avoid what our doctors are going to do every single time that you refuse to, which will be writing on there your name. If your name is Bob or Ann or whatever, they're going to say, Bob refused to fill out side A because the doctor's got to do what the doctor's got to do. So when they send this in, one of the places they have to send it to is the claims examiner. The claims examiner is definitely going to ask, why is side A not filled out? And so we're just answering the question before it's even asked, okay? It's not filled out because the supervisor refused to. We got to do what we got to do. Our job is to fill out side B. It says physician. We did it. Your job is to fill out side A. It says supervisor. You did not. That's your problem. So you and Department of Labor can deal with that. So we need you filling out the CA-17s, but more importantly, you need to fill it out because you don't want to be made famous on our CA-17s by us saying you wouldn't fill it out.
Yeah. So again, those of you that are hopping on, tonight is Q&A. You ask your questions and we answer them. And I know a lot of you have questions that other people may have. So don't forget to share our video, comment where you're from, and like it, and let's get started. So here's the first question.
From
Lynn. What is the success rate of Memphis getting approved cases?
Well, Lynn, I'm glad you asked. because our success rate in every office, Memphis is no exception, is nearly 100%. With that said, all offices, even the best ones, which are our offices, we receive denials, but denials happen for the ridiculous reasons, things that just so many random things you can't even imagine. And so we receive those, but we take the denial letter and we fix it. Oftentimes we have to like take a Sharpie and circle the place in the initial narrative that answers the denial question because they just didn't see it. You know, like your causation, the causation paragraph, which so many doctors, most doctors that weren't trained by me, they don't write these causation paragraphs right. So we actually duplicate our causation from the top of the page and the bottom of the last page. And so we try to make it really hard for them to miss causation. We want them to be able to see it. That's why we put it in two places. But believe it or not, they still do. And sometimes they deny it for this ridiculous reasons. And we try to learn from those and fix it. But regardless, no denial, anybody that's heard me talk has heard me say it, and I'll say it now. No denial is final. Okay, all denials can be appealed. So to answer your question, I said a lot of stuff for education purposes, but the answer is very near 100%. We receive denials. Every office receives denials. All of my offices, all the offices that we've ever trained receive denials, but none of the denials are valid. They all are fixable, and we win them.
Yeah. So again, more of you are hopping on right now. Tonight we're doing Q&A. You ask the questions about any questions you have in your OWCP world. Chris will be answering it. No, this is not a Santa Claus hat. It's a Valentine's Day hat. And go ahead again, share this page, comment where you're from, and like it. Don't forget. Oh, Crystal, you're from Indiana, I take it.
And we have Illinois, we got Indiana.
Hey, Dr. Patron and Michelle, how are you guys doing?
We got Maria on too. Hey, Maria.
Yeah, Maria, I said hi. Okay, so Mr. Wayne Mitchell says, was hurt on the job in October 2018. How long is the wait for approval? Got my codes now, waiting on the approval so I can put in a request for surgery. How long is this process?
Well, Wayne, if you filled out your forms and turned it all in October 2018 and you haven't received a response yet, something is badly wrong. You need to call your claims examiner and ask what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
The last time they did a self-audit, Department of Labor, that is, did a self-audit was 2015. And they reported that their average length of time to make a decision was 45 days. So if October 2008 was your date, 45 days would have been before the end of the year. So call your claims examiner and ask what the heck is going on. Sometimes the letters that should go directly to your house are going to your HR department or to supervisors, somewhere to the agency, which is a problem. We found most of the time it's an accident, but sometimes it was on purpose. But you need to know what's going on. So call your claims examiner. To get the number to the claims examiner, go to Google and search for OWCP district offices. Click on the first thing that comes up on Google. Go to the map, click on your state, and then scroll down. And there's a phone number. It's in big bold letters or big bold numbers. And call that number and ask what the heck is going on. They should have made a decision already. That's really, really bad if they didn't. Lots of problems could have came up that caused that. You know, your supervisor maybe didn't turn in your form, your CA1 or CA2 within 10 days.
Yeah.
Or ever. Maybe it got accidentally lost in the trash can. You'll never know if you don't call the claims examiner.
Yep. Nina says, does it take up to 60 to 90 days to get approved for reconsideration? Yeah, so Nina, there's no time frame. Claims examiners don't have to make decisions in any period of time. The fact that in 2015 they happened to do it in 45 days was just coincidence. They don't have to. So 60 to 90 days, it sounds right, but you can't count on it. And so I'd say when you get to day 30, I'd start calling a claims examiner once a day, once a week, whatever you're comfortable with, and being a squeaky wheel. Lynn, you said you had one that took 4 months. That's long. And Lynn, you are located in Clarksville, Tennessee. I don't know how far that is from our Memphis office, but there is a Memphis office. But 4 months is way too long. Yes. So call your claims examiner every day if that's what it takes. Don't allow them to do this. Remember, there's very few of them and very many of you. And so you can see how they'd get backed up, but the squeaky wheel gets oiled or whatever, gets the grease, whatever it is, it does it. So be the squeaky wheel. We have Teresa from Tulsa. Wayne is from Ohio.
What part of Ohio, Wayne?
If we put a spot in Columbus, where is that? Columbus, Ohio. Yeah. Would that be okay for you? Lynn, you're 3 hours from Memphis. Oh, Lynn, here's the thing. I know it's 3 hours drive. Trust me. I drove to Miami and back within 10 hours. So I get it. So if you want your claim accepted, what you can do, go ahead and get all your paperwork together, your CA forms, your denial letters from DOL, anything that you have in your hands from the doctor's offices, and request them. Come on down to our Memphis office, see Dr. Stokes, get your case accepted. If you do need therapy or whatever it is that he thinks you're going to need, he can refer you out and you can go someplace closer to home. So that might be something good if you got a denied case. Kentucky, we got Linda from Kentucky. Okay, Wayne says, on my CA7, can I claim all overtime?
So Wayne, the problem with that is your regularly scheduled hours is what they're going to pay you for. So you have to figure out what that is. You may need to request the assistance of a union official to make sure that if your regular scheduled hours include overtime, that it's included there. Typically, if it's not regular, they're not going to include it.
Oh, you're going to Memphis already. Okay, great.
Yeah,
that's great. Sue Boston, she says, hi from West Virginia. My daughter lives in Montgomery. She's a general manager at Pies and Pints Best Pizza. I love pizza, so I have to find that place. So when we go to Montgomery next, I'm definitely going to go say hi to her. I'm going to go find your daughter.
A shameless pizza promotion. Well, you're in luck because this one loves pizza.
Yeah. Let's see. Washington. Carl, you're from Florida. What part of Florida are you from? Because we have an office in Clearwater, Carl.
Do Shirley there.
Shirley says, how do you see a doctor when they ask for a claim number? It takes a week to get a claim number here.
Well, if it takes a week, you're doing really good. DOL or the supervisor only has 10 days or has up to 10 days to turn in your forms. You're definitely not getting a claim number before the forms are turned in by the supervisor to DOL. But if the doctor asks for a claim number, here's good news. If they have a claim number, that means they know something about OWCP. And so because they know something about it, educate them. And make sure they understand they can't have it until you have it, and that as soon as you get a claim number, you'll give it to them. If that's all they want in order to see you, they should understand that you're not going to have it right away. So tell them that you will give it to them as soon as you have it, and you'll have it faster than anyone.
Yeah. Mr. Thomas Sullivan, should I put an FMLA while waiting for OWCP to be approved?
So FMLA is not infinite. I've said this before, Thomas. I'm sure not to you. I'm just saying on the videos. You only have, I think, 90 days per calendar year of FMLA. And so you want to be careful using it up. If you're required to, if your supervisor makes you do it, then do it because you want to protect your job. But once your claim's accepted, your CA-17 protects your job. And so a duty status report will take the place of FMLA paperwork.
Jody, yeah, we spoke to Jody today in North Dakota. It was cute. When I saw that, I was like, North Dakota? I'm sure it's pretty. I've seen a lot of pictures of North Dakota. Well, hopefully one day Chris will take me to North Dakota.
It's probably buried in snow right now. I'll be there in the spring.
Hopefully one day Chris will take me to North Dakota in the winter.
And if anybody is trying to call right now while we're online doing Facebook Live, we're going to probably send your call to voicemail and call you back later. Just FYI.
All right. Nina says, one thing I'm confused about is the CA7 postal employee. Is the supervisor supposed to be doing those or us? Because like the CA16, I never had heard about it.
Yeah, so the CA7.
Oh, she's on LWAP.
Yeah, you need to start the CA7, Nina. Go to federalinjurycenters.com and print these out on demand, as many as you need. The CA7A as well, typically you need those for any intermittent time. But supervisors have to fill out page 2. You fill out page 1 of the CA7. And so once they fill out page 2, they have 5 days to turn it into DOL, up to 5 days.
Oh.
And yeah, because like the CA16, I never heard about it. Tell me about it. Look.
She was on there last week when you were talking about it.
If I could just get like groups of supervisors to let me teach them, you guys would be so much better off. But the problem is they're not going to like what I'm teaching. And so I don't think I'm going to be getting invited soon.
Oh, Dr. Patron or Michelle says Chris is afraid of the snow. I think he is very afraid
That's got to
of the
be
snow.
Tony. I'm not afraid of the snow. I'm just smart enough to stay out of it.
He doesn't snowboard or ski or likes to like roll around in it and make snow angels.
I was in 37-degree temperature for like 3 hours and I already got I have the halls in my hand ready.
When we were in Utah, he was like, yeah, okay, it's time to go.
I don't know why anybody goes in those mountains. Go to OWCP.
All right. Jay just laughing at you. JJ, I wouldn't hold your beltways for that winter North Dakota trip. I will.
Yeah.
Wayne says, I was assigned an OWCP nurse. Is that a good thing? Is she on my side?
Wayne, that's a great question. That's the question of the night. You'll know she's on your side if she seems to be making decisions that you feel like are in your best interest. Some of them are, some of them are not. The ones that are not should not make, they shouldn't be a bad reflection on all of them. There's always a bad apple. And so, you want your nurse case manager working with your doctor. You don't want your nurse case manager overruling your doctor. Okay, that's probably a problem. You don't want your nurse case manager ripping you out of your office and making you go to another office. That's beyond their authority. And so, as long as they're visiting the doctor and with you involved, they should never have a visit there without you present. And as long as, they seem to be following doctor's orders and appear to be working in your best interest, I wouldn't have a problem with it at all.
Brenda says, I currently have a CA1 for my left hand that surgery has denied twice now, and I recently filed a third CA2 form for my right hand. The first two CA2s, management never filled out their part and lost them. Yeah, I like how you did the parentheses, lost them.
Yeah.
Now that I have done a third one, is there a certain time limit they have to fill out their part?
They always have 10 days to get it turned into DOL. And so the way we teach, you should sit down in front of them. You fill out page 1 in front of them. They fill out page 2 in front of you. They give you copies of everything, as is the law, okay? You receive copies of everything that you both filled out. You leave with everything, and they have 10 days from there to turn it into DOL. But let me address the first part of that you said I currently have a CA1 for my left hand that surgery has denied twice. So surgery will never be approved for a non-surgical diagnosis. So that's just a helpful tip. If your doctor has diagnosed you with, say, like a sprain or like tenovitis or something, okay, like that, that's not surgical. DOL is not ever going to approve surgery for a non-surgical diagnosis. So you got to make sure your diagnosis is correct. And so go back to your doctor and find out what they diagnosed you with. You will never, ever, ever get surgery on a bad diagnosis or an underdiagnosed condition or on a case that was not approved.
Lynn, you and Nina, yeah, now that you guys are getting educated more and more with Chris's help, definitely reach out to all the people that don't know and that do need the help. I see Dan hopped on. Hey, Dan,
What's up,
how are
Dan?
you doing? What other questions do you guys have tonight? Shoot them away.
While we're waiting on that, we should have said this before. We'll say it now and later too. But share this video with everybody, and I don't mean just somebody. Share it with everyone. All you got to do is hit the share button, and then when you hit share, it goes to your news feed, so everybody that's friends with you can see it. And I'm guessing that many of you have friends on Facebook that you work with as well, and that's who needs to see this. Obviously, non-federal employees don't need to see it. If they like to watch for their entertainment, knock yourselves out. But share it with everybody that you know that this will help. People that are not hurt yet, they're not hurt yet. These jobs are hard. There's not one of you that are on here that does a job that's easy. And so, injuries are inevitable. Long-term conditions that happen over time, like carpal tunnel syndrome, it's inevitable. And so, we want the best for you and hope that you don't end up hurt. But the reality is you do, because the body's not meant to take such physical trauma. Like your jobs cause physical trauma. So anyway, share it. Everybody that I know knows somebody that's hurt, and everybody that I know that's hurt also has trouble with DOL, with OWCP. Nobody finds this to be easy.
Yeah.
So help your coworkers out and share this.
I say this all the time to our staff and our offices to share the video, because when I say everybody has, or no, when everybody knows a federal employee, obviously everybody knows one federal employee, if you know it or not. And who is the federal employee that everybody knows? You see them every day.
It's your letter carrier.
They deliver your mail. Tell them, hey, tell them, hey, you should just watch this. If you ever get injured, here's some people that can answer your questions. So I always tell friends and family and the staff, share the video, because everyone knows a federal person, and which is your mailman. Number one biggest thing, these people are your mail people.
Hey, and while we're at it, so for those of you that are watching this video tonight that work with me and Gini, or were trained by me, doctors, staff, share this video. I don't feel like I should have to tell you, but share the video. Share it with all of your folks too, because you're in a different location than we are. You know different people than we do, and everybody needs the benefit of these videos. So hit the share button right now. Did you do it already?
Yeah, touch my nose.
Share it.
Bing,
Tony,
and the share button
please,
comes
Tony,
up.
share the video.
Yeah, Dr. Toll, share it.
Share the video. You've got a lot of people that need this help. Everybody share the video.
So Lynn says, thanks to all the people with federal injury centers in Memphis. I hope that this will be over soon. Don't worry, Lynn, you will get some good news very, very soon.
It may not be soon, Lynn, but it'll be good news when it gets there.
Soon, eventually.
It'll be good news.
Dan, no problem. I appreciate you allowing me to post on your mail handler sites. I really, really do. We try to help all the agencies, and by you allowing me to post all the info that Chris does on the Federal Injury Centers page, or that we do on the Wednesday night chats or my personal page, we really appreciate it, because obviously we can't get to, over 500 different union meetings in 1 month. So this way we have our weekly union meetings. So
yeah, and for those of you that are watching, where Gini was able to post on your union Facebook page, and you weren't irate about it, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for allowing us to do this. We're just trying to help. So pass the word along that this isn't a scam. We don't want anything from you.
Yeah, JJ, you're saying me. Are you are you in the USPS type of job out there?
Leave JJ alone.
Well, because he said me. Wayne, you said, do you have any understanding of the new laws for medication as for OWCP is concerned? So what I do know is once you get an accepted claim, if this is what you're talking about, once you get an accepted claim, you take your case number to, and I would really go to like CVS or Walgreens, or like your grocery store, Walmart, Publix, or whatever. Take your case number and they'll bill it through the case number, because they do know what Department of Labor is, and then you get your medication for free. Now, if you're still waiting for your case number and to come in because it hasn't been approved yet, hold on to the receipt that you purchased your medication with, and then I think CVS, from what they told me, you have 14 days to take it and get it. But I'm sure, talk to CVS or Walgreens, but I know that that's how it works. Do you know anything else? Medication?
That wasn't the question. So Wayne, do me a favor. I know exactly what you're asking, so
and why did you shut me?
It looks rude if I interrupt you while everyone's talking, or when you're talking to everyone. Wayne, just do me a favor. Go to the Federal Injury Centers page and message that very question to me. I don't want to forget. I'll look it up and I'll address it, and I'll send it back to you individually, and I'll also address it in the future Facebook Live video. The formularies, the rules for medications, those things change. I think annually, but maybe even more often, but I'll take a look at it. And any specific question you have about it, also ask me the specific question, because I'll definitely get the answer. Well, I will.
That's what I get for doing that. Brenda, you said, if they don't turn in my CA2 in 10 days, then what?
All right. So I have 10 slides of a presentation almost ready to go on an OSHA presentation. So everybody be looking out for that. In the next couple of weeks, I'm doing it. But if I'm mentioning OSHA, the answer is you should contact them, because what's going on is you have a right to get help, but if they don't fill your forms out and turn them in, you can't get the help you need. That's a safety issue. And so if you go to OSHA, there's an 800 number you can call, and you need to report this stuff. Now, if you report it and they say, hey, don't call here and don't report this stuff to me, I want to be your next call because I want to know that they're saying that. Because seriously, I have a presentation I've been working on that's going to be just absolutely outstanding, but it'll all be for nothing if OSHA doesn't want the calls. So make that phone call to OSHA and tell me what they say.
Yeah. Again, a bunch of you just hopped on. Again, share this video. We're doing Q&A tonight. You ask your questions and one of us is going to answer it. Probably.
OWCP questions. If you ask me questions about anything else I might not know except for like sports, poker, and there's probably some other stuff I know about, travel.
Hey, Renee from Texas. How's it going? Yeah, JJ OSHA will get people's attention. Wait till you guys hear what Chris has to say about his presentation and about OSHA that we got from a state president that told us to discuss this about OSHA and supervisors not signing and not doing what they're supposed to do when you guys tell them that you're injured.
This will be, the OSHA presentation will be my ultimate mic drop moment.
Don't drop the mic yet.
I'm not dropping this mic. This is an expensive mic.
Sue said, so I had an authorized surgery October 31st, 2018, and DOL has not paid the hospital yet. What should I do? I received 2 bills now saying insurance pending.
Give the hospital your claim number and tell them to quit bugging you. Tell them to bill DOL.
Yeah.
So make sure they have your claim number. And if they have your claim number and they're still saying, well, we don't know how to bill DOL, let me know. Because that's something that I can help you with. Look, if you're getting a bill from a hospital, something's wrong with the hospital, but let me know and I'll help them bill DOL for you.
Ruby's question is, had a back injury in October, went back with the weight restriction, then it did the same thing while I was out on a route. OWCP is saying it's a new injury. Management says no, it's a re-injury. So I'm not sure what I have to do. OWCP says start a new claim. Management says no. Who is right?
I'm sorry. You guys talk amongst yourself.
Did you not hear me when I was reading the question?
Yeah, there's like 5 parts of this question.
Anyways, everybody, if you're looking at my cute hat, it's for Valentine's Day, not Christmas.
All right, so Ruby, if you went back to work and you re-injured yourself, it's the same injury. Potentially, most likely, probably the same injury. Although nobody likes doing CA2A recurrences. It probably is. But then again, I'm not a doctor. And so it probably is a medical decision. That's a medical answer you should get from a medical doctor. So what you want to do is go back to your doctor and explain this situation to them and find out, is this a new injury or is this a recurrence of an old injury? And what management says from that point is irrelevant. They should get out of the way.
Terry says, how do I file a claim for fibromyalgia? So, Terry, this has come up many times.
And actually, I saw that question, and that's why I had a hard time responding to the first question from Ruby. But so because I saw that and I was thinking of this. So there's a short answer and a shorter answer. I'll give you the short answer first. To file a claim for fibromyalgia, you've got to be able to prove, your doctor's got to prove that your fibromyalgia is a result of your job. It could also be due to, like it was a pre-existing condition and your job made it worse. But earlier we were talking to Dr. Patron in Chicago, and early on he had this really incredible case where he had to prove something equally as hard to prove. It was peripheral neuropathy on a federal employee, which I thought would never happen. And he got it done. I've never even seen this before. I want you to Google OWCP Injury Doctor Chicago. And in fact, his web address is...
Hey, Dr. Patron or Michelle, if you're on,
post your web address.
Post your web address in our comments below, and I'll tell them more about Dr. Patron.
Yeah, so there's going to be a web address. It's like DOL Dr. Chicago.
Yeah,
something like that. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Dr. Patron there has gotten that. He got that case accepted. It's probably, to me, the hardest case I've ever seen. And what you're talking about sounds very much like it.
Wayne, you asked if we're trying to bring a
office to Columbus. We're working on it.
Columbus. Me yes, I am definitely trying to do that because we've had one state president and one local asked us to come out there because I heard that you guys are going to walk-in clinics and you guys are going to ER doctors, your cases are getting denied. And yeah, if we get the support and we get the people coming in because you guys need help and the doctors just can't see one or two patients, we definitely will bring an office to Columbus. Hopefully by the end of the year, we are working on that.
Yeah, we've got a couple options. And Dr. Patron says OWCPChicago.com. And yeah, you did have a great teacher. Thank you for saying that.
Who, you mean me, Dr. Patron, right?
For sure, no.
Terry, down below where it says Michelle Patron, and you see the website, OWCPChicago.com, go there, get in touch with Dr. Patron tomorrow, send him a message, and he'll answer the question.
Now, he's one of the busiest doctors in the country that do what we do, and so be patient. You may have to leave a message and get a call back. But this may be something that you could get help with. You may even want to fly there. No kidding. There's not a better option in the country. For what you're trying to deal with, there is no better option, I promise you.
Those that are hopping on, again, today we're doing Q&A. You ask your questions and we're going to answer them. Are you in Indiana?
Well, we're not.
Federal Injury Centers is not. However, there's Dr. Terry Toll. He's a great doctor.
Indianapolis.
In Indianapolis. Chris trained him, and I don't even think he's ever gotten a case denied.
I mean, him and Dr. Patron are about the same.
Yeah,
they bat about 1,000.
If they ever got a case denied, that would be like the worst nightmare for them. So, and they would let us know. So
he's like OWCPDoctorindiana.com.
Yeah. If
you just search OWCP Dr. Indiana, he's the only one you're going to find.
Luena, it's Dr. Terry Toll. He's the one in Indiana. Dr. Toll, if you're still on, put your web address in the comments below too. And thank you for your answer. I'll check it out. Yeah,
you're welcome.
Dr. Patron and Dr. Toll, they're great doctors. Again, like I said, if they ever had a denied claim, DOL would shut down.
If they ever got a denied claim, DOL would have a party. They like denying your claims.
What else, guys?
Come on now.
Again, share this video because there's people out there that have the same questions that you guys do. I mean, I see your questions. There we go. Dr. Toll just put his web address on there. Boom. For Indianapolis.
DOLDoctorsindiana.com.
There you go. Luann.
The legend. There
you go. The legend, the man, the myth. Is that what it is? Is that what you are, Dr. Toll?
He's all that stuff.
Yeah, guys, share this. Don't forget, what was I going to say?
Hi, Jerry. That's what I was going to say. Sup?
Anyway, go on.
I'm your biggest fan.
I have to remember what I was going to say.
Well, I don't know, but we're asking if you have any more questions. I mean, what is this, like the same audience as every other week? Everyone's already got the answers? I mean.
So that you guys know, we at times meet with state presidents and local presidents, and they hear what we talk about, and they give us real great feedback on what to talk to you guys about. So in the next 2 weeks, because next week, I can't remember what we're talking about next week, but in the next 2 weeks, and Chris has to do
hopefully OSHA
more research. We will be discussing OSHA, and why we're saying OSHA is when supervisors and management fail to sign your CA1, CA2, say that it's not a work injury, say anything that you don't think is true, you're allowed to call OSHA, and OSHA will be there within 72 hours to do an investigation. And no, you will not get fired if you call OSHA.
In fact, if you call OSHA, the one reason for the rest of your life you can't be fired is because you called OSHA.
So, Terry, you asked, who can you recommend in Ohio? Okay, so I talked to two of the presidents on a local just this week alone. There is no one we can recommend. Even ACS doesn't have anybody on there. So we are going to try to get a place in Columbus way before the end of the year. I'd really like that to happen.
But in the meantime, haven't we been invited out there?
Yeah, so if those of you that know,
give a sneak preview.
Here's a sneak preview. Bling. What's the music for the sneak preview?
It's sneak preview.
Sneak preview music. So Mr. Kenneth Hodge, he is the mail handler local president. You guys know he's running again. And there is a APW local as well that has asked us to come out and educate. So sometime in either March or April, we're opening this Union OWCP Chats. We're probably going to call it OWCP Chats live in Columbus, Ohio. We're inviting all federal employees. It's okay if you're a part of a union, you can still come. Mr. Hodge is going to get a hotel where we're going to be staying at, and we're going to rent out the whole conference room. We're going to have food and drinks, and we're going to invite all federal employees to come and ask your questions. We'll be there live. We'll be just doing it'll just be Wednesday night OWCP Chats live from Columbus. And as soon as we get that date from him, we'll let everybody in Columbus know, and we'll be there live answering. And yes, we are working on getting a place in Columbus, Ohio. Well, I am. I don't know about Chris, but I'm working on a place with the other partner to
It's
get
hard.
Columbus.
Okay, so we're going to answer this in a second. So listen, it's hard. Opening a new practice is hard because it's a business. And starting a business means you need systems and procedures, and you need everyone following the compliance rules. And you can't just throw people in there and say, okay, go, because they just start accidentally breaking rules, and we're not about that. We don't break rules at all, ever, period. Seriously, I'll sleep like a baby at night. We don't break the rules. And so it takes some time. And we have a couple of options. One of the doctors I've trained already wants to work there. We've been invited there multiple times. I know there's a huge need there. We don't ignore that. Look, we heard there was a huge need in Virginia, and we filled the need. We're definitely going to fill the need in Ohio. Okay, that's going to happen. But it's hard. And so be patient with us. In the meantime, we're going to be here doing these things to help you. And we're going to go there live and do the best we can, teaching you what to do so that, hopefully you can go to a doctor who doesn't know OWCP and you can school the doctor. And that's your right. If I can teach you to do this really well, you can teach the doctor. And is that in my financial best interest? No, but it's in your best interest. So I'm all in.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. We want you to get help. And that leads me to the question.
Hold on. We go one by one or else we get lost in it.
I want to answer the question.
Okay, you go. Why did we start doing this
Lynn asked,
Wednesday night OWCP Chats? Well, of course, it was my idea, which Chris was like, no. But now you can answer the rest of it.
Did the whole thing go mute just then? Why don't we start doing this is a great question, Lynn. And I've been wanting to answer it. I'm happy you asked, so thanks for that. We started doing this, forget OWCP Chats, because this is this is way awesome. But my company started doing this because for 10, 15 years, I worked in a doctor's office where we were the largest provider of OWCP in the country. And I had the opportunity to over a 3-year period, I think I saw 1,200 injury cases and saw all the problems that people were dealing with. And I realized that one of the biggest problems is that there's not enough doctors, not even close. There will never be enough doctors. And so, I realized I knew this probably better than anybody else. I know that there are union people that are really great with this, and I want to partner with them. But for all intents and purposes, I feel like I probably know it better than anyone. And so that combined with seeing all the problems, and I said, hey, we can fix this. I can teach doctors to do this. And so we got some partners that knew how to expand, and we said, hey, this is going to be our mission. Our mission is going to be teach doctors, and so that there are enough doctors to help you when you get hurt. But then along the way, we realized, hey, what's the good in helping doctors if you don't know, the first thing about getting an injury claim accepted, like what to do when you get hurt. And so we said, okay, hey, let's expand. Let's now teach the federal employees what to do when they get hurt. And so now we teach doctors how to help you, and we teach you how to help yourself. And it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done. And I can't imagine doing something else.
Yeah. And we enjoy doing this once a week with you guys because we can't be in all 50 states and going overseas where there's federal employees everywhere worldwide. So we try to grasp everyone here. And when we see the largest need, which everybody needs a doctor, but when we see a very large need, that's when I chime in because I'm the one getting the phone calls. I'm the one hearing, hey, can you guys come here or there? And so this is why we push, or I do, to Chris, hey, we need to get a spot there. So Columbus is definitely on our hit list with a few more.
But let me go. I said forget OWCP chats. I didn't mean it that way, because let me tell you something. When she started this is her idea to come online and attract people to come and listen. And I had no idea it was going to be this important. I like to teach. I like to be in a live room full of people. I teach live. I love live questions. This is fun, but I wish I could see you and hear you. But when she said, hey, let's do this Facebook Live thing, I got to admit, I said, that's never going to work. And was I wrong? Because, we get up to 10,000, 11,000 people that view these videos. And so I know we're making a difference. And making a difference is what matters to me. Like, she's really good at connecting the people together. Like, she's connected you with me, and this is awesome. And but for me, there's just, I wish I could help more of you. And so we take these calls, we take these questions, and but the one thing is you need doctors. And so we're working on it. We know Columbus is huge because I can teach you this stuff. If you can't find a doctor to help you, then you're in the same position that Jennifer Jones is here.
Yeah, so Wayne, you asked if there was somewhere you can look up all these codes. Okay, so a couple of OWCP chats ago, I had put out, if you send me your email, I can send you the packet of the codes that Chris is talking about. And all of you that have received the email, you should have gotten it no later than Monday. Everybody that had asked for it should have gotten it already since last Thursday, Friday, and Monday. And if you haven't received the packet, drop your email down below. And tomorrow, now that I have it, I'll go ahead and email it out to you guys. Because there was like almost 100 of you guys that Chris sent it out to mass amount. And I don't know if they all went out. And if you haven't received it, check your...
Some of them came back as return emails, as bad email addresses. Yeah. So maybe there was a typo. I just literally copied your email into a group text or group email. And so if you typed it wrong, or if the email is no longer valid, you didn't receive it. So if you didn't get it, send us another email address and we'd be more than happy.
Okay, we're moving on up. Let's see. Wait, this is all the way at the bottom. Jennifer Jones. Hello, I'm from Louisiana, and I've been out of work since January 5th, and the only place I've seen at is the emergency room. They gave me an excuse for me not to return to work until I see an approved doctor or fill out my CA-17. I found a doctor, but they haven't seen me because they can't get in touch with DOL at all to get an approval. So is there anything you can tell me I need to do so I can be seen?
So I wanted to address this one. So your ER doctor wouldn't fill your forms out.
Gizmo.
Gizmo's digging in there.
Gizmo likes to dig the carpet for gold. I don't know where there's gold, but even digs the tile.
Does anybody else have a dog that digs every place, even like tile? There's nothing under there. Anyways, so your ER doctor wouldn't fill this out. They wanted you to find an approved doctor. Look, if that was easy, we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
Because you'd have a doctor to fill out your CA-17. You found a doctor, but they haven't been able. They couldn't get in touch with DOL. Please teach your doctor to use Google. Okay, it's there to get an approval. So actually, approvals happen on the ACS website. If you Google DOL ACS, that's where you get approvals, like pre-authorization. And your doctor will have to be credentialed with DOL by using an OWCP 1168 that was last revised 2015. That's information you won't get anywhere but here. They have to fill that out to be credentialed. Once they're credentialed, that's worthless to them if they don't know the rules, because then they'll just be listed on the ACS website and people will call them and they won't be able to help. And so then they have to know how to fill out the CA-17, and they won't know how. But if they follow the alphabet, A and B, and they fill out side B for physician, that gets them closer. A is for the supervisor. And but they can't get in touch with DOL to get an approval. Jennifer, I just want to help you. So send us a private message on Facebook and let me help you.
Yeah, and then put your number on there on one of our Facebook messengers, and we'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll help you out.
Yeah. Lanice Harris says, had a head injury of ruptured Achilles tendon of the left foot. It was accepted. Now the left knee is acting up, and the doctor will not say it's associated with the same injury.
Where are you located? Give us a city and state, because your knee hurts now after an Achilles injury. I'm not a doctor, but I can see how it could be some correlation there, and how it may be a consequential injury. But doctors are oftentimes scared to make firm decisions on this stuff, which is maddening. So let us know where you're located, and we'll see if we can find someone that can help you.
Miss Landrum, when do you go see Dr. Toll? You go see Dr. Toll. Call him tomorrow. That's when you see Dr. Toll.
Go see him yesterday.
Yeah, he's going to fix everything. Everything that you just said on here, he's going to fix it. So we highly recommend go to his website. He'll have the phone number will pop up at the top, and go ahead and get in contact with him. And Dr. Toll, here you go. Miss Landrum will be coming to you. I won't be messaging you that. So, yeah, get in touch with him tomorrow, and you're in good hands with Dr. Toll. Trust me.
Yeah.
Tammy, she loved meeting us. She says, love meeting you guys in person. These two are amazing people.
You are.
You're so sweet too. We love you. Okay, everybody's telling me they got their...
Oh, we got a lot of emails coming in. That's good.
You guys got your emails. Okay, great. So the email is either coming from Gini Prasad at Gmail or Chris Helms at Gmail.
Yeah.
So it's one of our emails. All right. Nina says, is rehab work related if you get addicted to pain meds because you have to wait on work comp and bosses to do proper paperwork?
Well, Nina, I can tell you for sure that that's possible, but that is the least likely condition I can imagine being approved. But there's no rules against it. So you'd have to have a really great narrative for some doctors that are experts in that field.
Yeah. I know some of you guys, I've seen your emails are very familiar. So don't forget, check your spam just in case.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's no problem for me to resend all of this tomorrow. We're trying to build our email list. So when we have stuff like this, we're able to just send it out.
Oh, we're going to spam you like crazy. You've never seen spam.
Oh my gosh.
We're not going to spam you.
So,
it'll all be useful. We won't waste your time.
Holly, thank you. She says, you two are amazing. Thank you.
You are.
Thank you so much. Can we tempt you into coming to Minnesota in the near future? Would love to meet you. So if you want us to come to Minnesota for a union meeting, your local or state president has to invite us, and we have no problem coming to Minnesota to do like a Facebook live.
How to do winter vortexes.
Yeah. We'll
have to let that go. No, she doesn't.
I do. I want to come to Minnesota.
You all don't even do it. Nobody likes that stuff. So let's just make sure that, like, I want to leave there with all 10 toes.
See, this is it. I'm done with him. I have to find a guy that actually likes the snow. Anybody have a guy that likes the snow but looks like him?
Oh, whatever. Move on. I'm sorry, people.
Holly says, what happens after the doctor you put at a permanent partial disability? She's a roll carrier.
Well, now you've got to deal with management and see if they can give you a permanent position, a reasonable job offer that's a permanent position. If not, then you got to work on getting better at a higher level, where your MMI is at a better level so you can do more work. That's a medical decision, but once the medical decision's made, management's got to do their thing. And you're a rule carrier, you want to get with your union and make sure that they're fighting for you.
Where's that one? Is there anyone in New York you can recommend? At this current time, the only recommendation I can give you is to go DOL-ACS, A as in Apple,
C as in Chris,
C as in Chris, S as in Sorogeny.com, and then go through the steps, click FICA, click provider search, click agree, enter the doctor. You have to do physician MD and your zip code, and that's going to come up. But we're talking to people that are interested in the program. It's not easy. Trust me, not everybody wants to do the program, but when they start looking at the paperwork and having to deal with
it's overwhelming.
This, it is overwhelming, and then they just don't want to do it. So this is why we're very picky on who we're trying to find. And if somebody knows of a doctor that's interested, send them our information and we'll chat with them on the phone. Let's see.
By the way, we're going to be putting a link to the ACS website on our website soon, because telling you to go to Google and DOL ACS and go here and click there and do this, we're going to try to make it a little easier for you if possible. We're making our website a little more user friendly. By the way, go check it out. Andy, our brilliant web guy, has been doing some work on it, and we got a couple of extra red buttons that are helpful. And there's a new map feature. If you want to see where our offices are located, you can click the red maps button. And there's a red button for who our doctors are. You can go check that out. And as always, the button for forms and videos is still there. So check it out. But we're going to add a link to the ACS website to make it easier for you to get there.
Brian, hello. Brian says, I need to reopen a closed claim, closed in 2010. Should I submit a CA1 or a CA2A?
Well, you should go to the doctor first, because if you want to reopen a closed claim, then technically you need a CA2A. But, Brian, you and I are not likely, you're probably not a doctor, just like I'm not a doctor. And so we don't know medically if it's even the same condition. Like I've got a knee injury in both knees. I tore my ACL in both knees. And just because my knee hurts right now doesn't mean I have a new ACL injury. I could have a ligament injury on the outside, the inside. I could have cartilage injuries, tendon injuries, bone injuries. And so you want to make sure that it's actually the same condition. And so see a doctor first, and then if it's a recurrence, you get a CA2A. If it's a new injury, you get a new CA1 or CA2.
Thomas, I kind of want to laugh at this because I think I know why you're asking it. How long does it take for the doctor to do a narrative and send it in?
Well, these are 5-page narratives. They're not easy, but to do the narrative depends on the doctor's patient schedule and their willingness to do stuff at home. If that's the deal, it depends on their ability to get efficient. Like Dr. Toll in Indianapolis, he's able to get these done fast. But he decided early on he didn't want to be doing narratives at home at midnight. Mrs. Toll didn't like that very much. So you need a doctor who's willing to get it done and willing to take the steps necessary to do it fast. Once they get it done, they upload it on the internet in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's all a matter of how fast can they get it done. Once it's done, the upload is like instantaneous.
Lanice, you said you're in Richmond, Virginia, and your doctor's in Charlottesville, Virginia. There's a new doctor's office in Vienna, Virginia. Virginia, right? Yeah, Virginia, that Chris trained and completed training about 3 weeks ago.
They have some cool stuff there too,
do.
like that nobody else has.
I know Jerry's been there to go look at the office, and somebody else, I think Siobhan is also being seen there. So ask them as well online about the office. Yeah. It's a great staff, great group of doctors. And there's a guy there. He's the me there in Virginia named Jay. So Jay, if you're on, drop your website info on the comments so all our Virginia people could get in touch with you guys.
But it's OWCPDoctorsOfVirginia.com.
Let's see. Jerry said, knowledge of OWCP forms and narratives suck. The office in Vienna, I love. Dr. Paulson in Rockville, Maryland. And there's also the office Chris trained, the Weinbergs and Dr. Paulson in Rockville, Maryland. And
they don't get claims denied either.
Yeah, they don't. So you have Vienna, Virginia, and you have Rockville, Maryland. So
just pick whatever's closest.
You guys pick whatever you want. Let's see. Anybody else have any questions? Because I'm going to have Chris go mute so I could do my thing because he's not feeling good. Any good orthopedist in South Florida? You mean like Fort Lauderdale, Miami side? Like, tell me what city. And I have Dr. Cameraman, our MD that we use for Clearwater. He lives on that side of town in South Florida. So if you need a good one, I could always ask Dr. Cameraman and get back with you. So let me know what city you're in so we could help you with that.
He's not an orthopedist, but he knows the doctors. He can make referrals.
I toured the Vienna office. They were awesome. Does Dr. Toll do the paperwork, then sends you to a specialist, or there's a specialist in his office?
So he handles everything and makes referrals to specialists as needed. That's a medical decision, okay? So the medical doctors make those referrals. He's got MDs in his office. And but all the paperwork, they handle it right there. They're expertly trained. There's no question that they'll handle everything for you.
You're in the Keys, Cindy?
Thank you, Jerry.
Okay, I will go ahead and ask Dr. Cameraman because I know he works with a doctor down in like Miami side, and I will find out who we can get you to there.
The oldest or longest standing doctor that I ever trained is in that area that Dr. Cameraman works with.
Yeah,
I'm sure he
so
can help you.
if Cindy, if you can go ahead and send me a message in Messenger, I'll go ahead in the morning. I'll ask Dr. Cameraman and I'll get that info over to you, or even get you to the doctor that Chris trained and see if they could help you as well. Because I don't know any doctors out in South Florida.
And it's not that far from the Keys unless you're in Key West. And then, what are you going to do? That's as far as it goes.
Dr. Toll, Luann said she's going to be calling you tomorrow. You better pick up that phone when she calls. And it's so funny. Dr. Toll does actually answer the phone. When I tell him patient wants to talk, he actually picks up the office phone, which I think is pretty neat for a doctor. It should be on your email.
Boom.
Who? What was he talking to? All right. Any more questions? So you can go ahead, drink your hot tea. Let me go ahead and talk. Oh, she's in Key Largo. I'll message you. Yeah, go ahead and message me. So I just want to talk about all of our locations and some things that are coming up next week. I think probably like September, October last year, I introduced you guys to one of our new DOL doctors, Dr. Fitz Harper. He's our Atlanta doctor. He has a great background, very extensive background. He's an anesthesiologist. He does regenerative medicine. He's doing DOL, and his office is beautiful. I know you guys have seen me do a live video with his office. And I'm going to have Dr. Harper on next week because one of the things that some of you may or may not know, DOL covers PRP.
Platelet-rich plasma injections.
Right. So I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to throw anybody off because we're going to go over that next week. So DOL can cover PRP injections where they draw your own blood and they spin it with some other stuff and then they inject it back into you, and it could help certain areas of your body parts and get you all better instead of going through major surgery. He also does non-invasive surgery, does a lot of open surgery. He also does stem cell, which is, and a lot of people have been hearing about it, but it's been coming around more and more. So we're going to have him on next week for about a half an hour. And, you guys could ask your questions. He's just going to kind of introduce it. And in maybe another 2 weeks, we're going to go ahead and have him on another website, talk about what he does. So, tune in next week and learn something new. And we'll also be doing some other stuff after Dr. Harper's done. Chris will hop back on. He'll be back in Texas. And the next thing is, following that OWCP chat, we're going to get heavily into training you on contacting OSHA and going back over all those statutes for those of you that missed it, because OSHA is playing a big deal. We got educated as well by one of our Florida presidents that always gives us great stuff to learn about every time we meet with him.
Thank you. You know who you are.
Yeah. And so we're going to go over a lot of stuff that these supervisors can't get past you anymore. They're refusing to sign your forms. They're refusing to tell you it's not an injury. They're refusing to tell you your CA-17 isn't good enough. All of that you're able to contact OSHA within 72 hours. They will be at the post office. Some people will get reprimanded and big fines are going to be attached to the post offices, and you will not lose your job for contacting OSHA. I'm letting you know that because that's everyone's biggest fear when we've told people in the past to contact them. So don't have any worries.
You'll see that in my presentation too.
Yeah,
I've heavily emphasized it.
So those are the things that are, Tammy said to take Zicam. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to get him some Zicam. And yeah, Jerry, stem cell is good.
I got it in my shoulder.
Chris got stem cell too.
Do this.
He was not able to even lift his shoulder. I am actually going to be getting stem cell for my hair in a couple months, just because we're just so busy because I'm having hair loss and all the medications that we take, it just doesn't work. So I'm going to get stem cell for myself. So that goes to show that I'm going to use it and trust it. And Chris has done it.
But you're going to put this on a different Facebook page, right?
Yes.
So what we're not trying to do is turn this into a sales page. This is not a sales page. This is an education page. We want this to be totally worthwhile for you. If stem cells your thing, if PRP is your thing, if regenerative medicine is your thing, there's going to be another page for that. You'll get to go there and you'll get to see that stuff. Here, this is a OWCP education page, and we're just very careful not to waste anybody's time.
Yeah. So you'll hear Dr. Harper just talk about the OWCP portion of PRP and why it's beneficial and maybe why you should go down that route instead of getting surgery.
And it's killer too.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely pay attention to it. But from that point forward, you'll see it on a different page.
Yeah, Jerry, for your hair too. I've heard,
Yeah.
and one of our partners, in Boston, they do it in their office, and I've just heard nothing but great results.
Yeah.
So anyways, I know at the beginning of the year, I told you guys we're going to be getting an app. It's going to mimic our website completely. So it'll be even something easier for when supervisors or anyone says they can't find paperwork or where's the location. Everything will be on the app. So exactly what you see on our website, federalinjurycenters.com, will be federalinjurycenters.com app. So that'll be in the making soon. And I just wanted to touch bases. We have 4 locations in Boston, in Norwood, Worcester, what is it, Woburn?
Yeah,
I
think.
We never know how to pronounce it.
So Worcester is spelled WORCESTER. So everyone go ahead and pronounce that to yourselves. But they call it Worcester. I'm from Texas. For me, it reminds me of the sauce that went on the steak tonight.
And Norwood, Worcester, and Quincy. And Woburn. And so those are the Federal Injury Center locations in Massachusetts. So we have Memphis, Tennessee. We have Atlanta, Georgia. We have Clearwater, Florida. We have Birmingham, Alabama. And we have Montgomery, Alabama, where we just opened on Tuesday. And we saw our first set of patients. And they were just so cool because it was so funny. One of them, I remember she came in and she just kept looking at me. I'm like, why is this girl looking at me that way? But then I realized it's one of our Facebook people, because these people look at me like, where do I know you from? And I'm looking at everybody like, why are you staring at me? And I don't mean that bad at all. But we're really glad to help you guys out. And when we get to meet you guys, it's so much fun. And you guys tell us that you see us on Facebook and think he's out of his mind, because I'm the serious one that's educating you guys. And stop texting. So you have Dr. Terry Toll in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm now working with Dr. Patrone in Chicago. So all my Chicago folks, call me so I can get you into my location.
And I've been up there and I've done union meetings in Chicago with Dr. Patrone, and it's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to being there when it's not wintertime. So invite us up.
Yeah.
And I'll be happy to do a class in Chicago. I love going up and eating the Chicago-style pizza and hanging out there when there's no snow on the ground. It's my favorite thing. Visiting, where's the Cubs? Wrigleyville.
Oh my God.
Wrigleyville is so much fun. So I'm looking forward to doing it. And so invite us up.
Yeah, and then there's Racine, Wisconsin, Dr. Jonathan Say and Dr. Jonathan Say. You have Rockville, Maryland with the Weinbergs and Dr. Paulson. You have Vienna, Virginia with what's the doctor's name there?
Well, they have multiple doctors.
Multiple doctors. We have
Dr. Petrie's the owner.
Dr. Petrie's the owner, yeah. And reach out to Jay. And then you have Tucson, Arizona with Dr. Heaton and
Dr. David Heaton.
Yeah. So
he's the man.
And then in Texas, there is Grand Prairie, Texas. I know Andy's doing Grand Prairie. There's Fort Worth and
Houston, Dr. On.
Houston, there's Dr. On. So all these places that are not federal injury centers, these are the ones that Chris has trained. They're a great group of doctors. We really love training them, and they enjoy all the federal employees. And so those are the locations. And we had just got invited to an AFGE State Council meeting in April. So that goes to show we're starting to get really busy. So we're already busy now up until April. So we're going to be there for AFGE with the state council. Chris is going to be educating all the VA presidents, I think some DOD, some base, and some Social Security and TSA people. So if you're there, we'd like to say thanks to Mr. Henderson and Mr. Porter.
Mr. Henderson, Mr. Porter, what's up?
Yeah, for making that happen in
Thank you.
local 503 and Tuskegee VA as well. And so we're going to be doing that. We're going to be going to Columbus, Ohio sometime in March or beginning April to do just a Wednesday night OWCP chats with Mr. Kenneth Hodge. So I'll be promoting that so we can get as many federal employees out there to come talk and meet with us.
And Mr. Hodge is so cool.
He's so funny.
So we've talked to him on the phone a few times, and he had us on his program once or twice actually. And that guy's killing it up there. I've never seen anybody so excited to help his members with their work injuries. So we're super happy too. We're all in with whoever's all in, and Mr. Hodge is definitely all in.
And we also this was the first time. No, this is actually the second time. We actually got asked this week if we can come train supervisors.
And I'm like, no, definitely not.
But I said yes. So
they're not going to like it.
We're going to be in Missouri. Is it Missouri?
Jerry.
No.
Jerry Jones, my buddy Jerry, will be up in Missouri.
Okay. So, yeah. So we're going to be doing that. We're also going to be doing the state convention there. We're also doing a local union meeting. So we're pretty much packed. And obviously in Florida for all of our rural carriers, we already, Natasha already locked us in like day one in January. We're going to be at your spring booster. Spring? I think it's spring or fall. And then we're definitely going to be at the state convention. And we are
Daytona, right?
I think so.
Daytona's great.
And we're going to be making our way up to, you just made me lose my train of thought.
Daytona doesn't snow.
Oh my God.
They got beaches.
So from January to April so far, we're booked. We already got ourselves locked in with this. We're never going to go to anybody else. But, the national convention. We are still waiting to get the final okay for the National Rural Carrier Convention in, where is it in Texas?
It's by the DFW airport in Grapevine, Texas. Now, listen, this is not a guarantee.
Right.
We keep talking about it because we've been invited by so many people. I don't know why we wouldn't be invited. Whatever. You all know, you hear what we're talking about here. So if you're a rural carrier, pass the word up all the way to Virginia, to Alexandria, and make this happen.
Yes. Get it to Mr. Stutz. Mr. Stutz, if you're watching.
Hey, we love you. We're not trying to apply undue pressure.
I'll be getting an email.
But that's my backyard. I could fly into the airport and be there in 5 minutes.
And let me let you guys know this, and Chris doesn't know I'm going to be saying this. Chris has helped so many federal employees, almost 1,000 federal employees since he's been doing this. Chris has saved so many employee jobs, have saved them from getting fired by their supervisors by, making sure he thought about what he could do next. He saved so many AFGE VA jobs. He saved many, many rural carrier jobs, mail handler jobs, APW jobs, and NALC jobs. He's really done, when I say he's helped and assisted in 1,000 people with their denied and closed claims and their supervisors being really crappy and shitty and whatever else you want to use. He's done a great job, and I'm super proud of him for that.
I love you.
And this is why when we come to the meetings, we don't ask for a fee. We take our own money and we're flying. When you see us flying in our Sky office, it's our own personal money we're using to get there. And we will educate for free. We will go to any union meetings you ask us to come to help, even though there isn't a place for us to you're such a whack job. He always makes me I can't believe you did that. I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, look at Mr. Wesley's on. Shout out to Birmingham mail handlers. We love you guys so much out there.
What's up, Byron?
And we never charge to come to your union meetings. We don't charge, and we never will charge to come to the state conventions. We haven't ever since we've been here.
We don't charge for anything. It shouldn't even be an issue. We charge for nothing.
All we do, and again, and I think some of you misunderstand with what I'm saying, is when Chris is there educating, he is not going to be the one marketing any doctors or any of our clinics. He will always be like, hey, if you guys are looking for a doctor, Jeannie's over there, go talk to her. So understand, when he's up there and if you guys are asking him, hey, where's a doctor? He's not going to answer. He's specifically there to educate and train you and give you guys the knowledge that you guys need to get these denied claims to stop. No more denied claims. That's his motto. And
it's a personal mission.
So all the presidents that are out there, the locals and the states and the national, when we come, we love to come to your local, state, and national conventions and your union meetings. Again, we don't charge. There's no catch to it. Maybe some ice water. I don't know. Maybe a hot dog, because Chris may get hungry. But
I like Starbucks.
But again, we don't charge. And we really, really enjoy doing this. And I know people have asked us in the past, why do we do this and do it for free? And Chris can answer that question, like the one national person that asked you on the phone.
I mean, the answer is cheesy.
Just say it. Be cheesy for once.
No, I'm serious. Whoever hears this, you just have to deal with it in the way you can deal with it. But the truth is, it just comes from a place of love. We love you. And look, I can't know how to fix these problems, know you're having the problems, and then not fix the problems. I know how to fix them. And so that's why I do it, because I know you're dealing with the problems and I know how to fix them. How can you have somebody that knows how to fix it and not want to? So I want to. So that is the truth, because I know this stuff better than I know anything else. And I know so many of you, and I see what you're dealing with. I see your problems. And I've had too many people crying in front of me.
Yeah,
and I can't,
all the time.
I'm pretty soft anyways. I can't really take it. And so all I want to do is fix it. I go into fix it mode. And so I see supervisors giving you a hard time and threatening your jobs and even firing you. And, we have another motto too. Nobody's getting fired today.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Gilbert in Miami. Nobody's getting fired today.
Yeah.
That's just not happening. We can fix it. And so that's why we're friends with a lawyer who helps you. That's why. It's not because we want you to pay money to someone. It's because there's no last resort we can't handle.
Yeah.
The last resort is one they're not going to like very much. And so, I fear that one day I'm probably putting a really big target on my back, because these claims are getting accepted at a higher rate now than ever before. But look, we're just following the law, and we love you.
Yeah.
And we know how to do this. And I know how to do this. And so as long as I know how to do it, and as long as they let me do it, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah. Yes, I've heard many of you guys cry to me on the phone. Understand, I know there's sometimes I don't get back to you within 24 hours, and I'm sorry. You have to understand, in a week, I get
in a day.
In a week, I get 300 phone calls, and then in one day, I'm trying to answer 27 to 47 voicemails. And I'm like, Chris. And then
today I wanted to take a nap in the car. That wouldn't happen. And I was driving. I'm like taking it. No, I wasn't. She was driving.
I was driving. But yeah, I mean, we really do this because we enjoy helping. I mean, and you guys know I have a nursing background. Chris has an extensive background, and he was working in the largest DOL practice in Texas and decided to leave it and do this for his own, so we can target more people and help more people, because him just being in Dallas wasn't enough to help everybody nationwide. And
Dallas is a big place, but this country is way bigger, and it has huge need. And Dallas has lots of doctors. The rest of this country doesn't. And so I said, hey, I'm just going to help doctors learn how to do this in all the other 49 states. And that's what we're working on.
Yeah, he's really Mr. Softy when he sees certain things, or people ask him why he does that. His eyes really he gets very emotional. This means a lot to him.
I get it from my dad. Sorry, Dad.
When you guys are calling and talking to him and you don't see his face, and he's answering questions about supervisors, it's like he wants to take his phone and just throw it like a football, and hopefully it breaks.
I used to be a supervisor. I had 72 employees. I know how to treat people. And, I studied management at a nerdy level. Okay. You could ask people to work for me. I didn't have people that hated me, and your managers seem to hate you. So what are you left to do but hate back? And, that's not management. That's something bad. I don't know what the word is. It's something really bad. And so I just see it all the time. I see you're treated so poorly and inhumanely by supervisors. And I can't tolerate it. I come from a place of, love your people, and they'll do a great job. And, if your employees feel loved, they're way more productive, and you don't feel loved. And that's a serious problem. And so every day I hear stories of the opposite of feeling loved, and it hurts me. It upsets me badly. I said this today. I'd write a book for management, but I don't think they'd pay a nickel to read it.
True.
And that's a problem. That's too bad.
He said that to Mr. Hodge today.
That's too bad.
So that's our spiel for this week's. Next week I think we're going to be talking about opium disability, because a lot of you.
Or OSHA.
And no, that's in 2 weeks. If you can get it done by next week.
If I got to wait 2 weeks to do OSHA, it's going to be awesome, because I think I'm like 2 days away.
Yep, Tammy says, yep, he was pissed when I was talking to the two. Yeah, you guys, the ones that know us and have seen us, you've seen his emotions, and he doesn't take it very well. Like, he hates to hear that people get fired, and he could have stopped it and helped you guys. This is why we tell you, we're not telling you to avoid your national people or your NBA or,
no, those people are useful. You got to use them.
We're not stepping over anyone's toes. We're just here to educate you more on a weekly basis, give you some more advice, give you some more direction, and that's it. We're not trying to take anyone's job away in any way.
I want you to be able to help yourself. If you're watching me on a regular basis, what you're learning is how to protect yourself, how to fight for your own rights, how to know what your rights are, to know what the laws are, to protect yourself against management who doesn't know laws or has bad intentions. That's what we're trying to do here. And, you don't have to go to any of our doctors to get this help. Look, we don't even have that many doctors.
Yeah.
This is a big country. We have just a few doctors.
Yeah, I just listed all the doctors that he's trained.
It's not nearly enough.
And I mean, we're helping people. We're going to be helping people in Columbus and Minnesota. We don't have a doctor there, but we're still going to come out and educate you guys. And it's okay.
That's right.
So that's all we have for tonight. Thank you guys so much for your questions. If anybody has any more questions for tonight, please drop them in the comments below. And after the video, we'll go back over and answer them. Those of you that wanted the rules and the laws from a couple weeks ago that we spoke about, drop your email in the comments and I'll get that out to you. This one's a nut. Anyways, we look forward to seeing and talking to you guys next week. Again, invite us to get your locals to invite us to your union. We'd love to come out and do a Wednesday night OWCP chats live in your city. And thanks for your time tonight. Those of you, don't forget Dr. Terry Toll, he's in Indianapolis, and Dr. Anthony Petrone, who I'm a part of their team now, is in Chicago. Let me know if you guys need any help. And he's a nutcase with the freaking song. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you out there tomorrow. And don't forget to share this video. If any of you haven't shared it,
hit the share button.
Because everybody out there, family members, even your dogs that are barking at the mailman, everybody knows one federal employee, and that's your mailman. And
put your dogs away.
Yeah, lock your dogs up.
Seriously, put your dogs away.
Don't bite our mail people. And share it. Have any more comments, please? Dr. Toll, thank you. Dr. Petrone, thanks. He said, so blessed to have her a part of us. I'm a part of Chicago, although Chris is not taking me there fast enough. And so share, like it. Any more comments? Anybody wants the packet that Chris went over a couple weeks ago on rules and statutes of supervisors? Drop your comment below. Everybody have a great night and have a happy Valentine's Day, and we'll see you all next week.
Night. Bye.